Hello there, I'm Shaun McLaren, and if you'll be so kind as to follow me, I'll take you on a magical draft adventure with dragons and cons and morphs? What are those? Well, not important. Let's get started. Once we find an 8th. Alright, let's see what sweet rare we open up. Not exactly a sweet rare. Blessed Reincarnation. Doesn't seem first pick worthy. There's not quite as many balmy rares in Fate Reforged, or in Dragons, as there are in Fate Reforged. And yeah, Blessed Reincarnation isn't really one of them since it's not card advantage. You can use it to buy time and sort of hopefully shuffle their big guys into small guys, but not really a sure thing. The uncommons are pretty good here. As for the commons, there's Ujatai Summons and Bowmasters. So this is kind of a deep pack, but there's not a clear winner. Maybe it's just Salt Road Ambushers. It's pretty fantastic if you're green-white with a +1/+1 theme. And yeah, just a solid body. Okay. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. Huh. That seems pretty good. I might just take that. Red-green beats is pretty nice. There's also Aven Sunstriker, Atarka, Beastbreaker, and then nothing too exciting beyond that. It's like Interceptor or the Segmented Crodic. But let's try out Berserker's Onslaught, because perhaps a win more card, but seems like just a win more often card. It's pretty hard to lose if you are beating down and cast this. And like I said, red-green, a good combo. Not an exciting pack. These dragons aren't anything to write home about, but Stormwing Dragon's good, and First Strike better than Trample. And we got past a red card, so red is more likely to be open at this point. Beyond that, there's not really too much we're missing out on, so yeah. Ooh, Commune with Lava. Huh. And not really anything else. There's Sargon's Triumph, not that great. Not a big fan of tutoring for dragons, even if you have the good ones. Better to just draw them naturally rather than spend 3, but it is a pretty big investment even for the good dragons. But if you have a couple bomb ones, then it's worth it. I actually like Commune with Lava. I've been impressed with it. Drawing a bunch of cards. It's kind of been like a weird dig through time in the late game where you find the best couple of cards in the top of your library depending on how much mana you have. I think we'll go with it. Got kind of a weird deck going. Huh. Interesting pack since there's a whole lot of nothing and then summons. So we'll definitely take that. Yeah, a couple of the hate cards, which we definitely aren't interested in. Display of Dominance, not something we're looking to pick up this early. Hand of Silumgar is okay, but yeah, Ujitai Summons is like so much better than everything in this pack. And we're not at all committed to the green since that was just our first pick. Wow, another summons. Also, Living War. Not exactly a combo with Commune with Lava, since it'll be a 2/2, and if you want to cast it, it'll be the Commune will be for 0. But hey, look, another summons. What do you know? Also, Big Dumb Yeti with dragon picture conveniently in the background. But yeah, I'll go with the summons. Wow. I guess we're not getting any cheap cards yet. There's Beltol Dragon and also Tormenting Voice, which I like a lot. I think I gotta go with the Beltol Dragon, since they say it's not cheap, but you can always just morph it. If there were a 3-drop slot, I would move the Stormwing Dragon there for effect, but that's not how Moto works. Yeah, so we have the top end of our deck. Let's just fill it out with some dudes, small dudes. Huh, this is interesting. Tail Slash seems pretty poor in our deck right now. I think I'm gonna go with one of the card draw spells. Probably just anticipate, can search up something good. Yeah, probably a little better than Tormenting Voice. Hey, look, Tormenting Voice. Hardened Berserker combo with Commune with Lava. There's also the Blessed Reincarnation. Too bad it can't target your own creatures. Then I think I'd definitely be picking it up. As it stands, I think I have to go with the Hardened Berserker. I kind of want to try this card out, but fortunately not today. Huh. Aspirant and Updraft Elemental. I think this deck definitely wants an Updraft Elemental. Card I'm a big fan of, since the 1 power is good in this format. There's a lot of 1 toughness creatures, and it also can block the 3/2s, swing in, does it all. Sure. Yep. Actually, maybe should have taken Custodian of the Trove, since I don't even really want to play this with 2 dragons. Like, investing 3 mana to find one of these clunkers is not worth it. And Custodian of the Trove, the 2/5 defender that comes into play tapped, is actually a decent sideboard card. Well, there's a good dragon to search up with Sarkhan's Triumph. Unfortunately, not in our colors. We will have to make do, though. This pack is pretty terrible for us, in fact. Could always just abandon red and go into black. That's almost what I'm considering here. We don't necessarily even need to abandon it. Could just take the Deathbringer in the off chance that we end up with, like, if we get past another good black card. It's hard to not have enough playables in this format, so it wouldn't be that bad. I think it's worth it over, like, Anticipate would be the pick. Wow, Ujitai's Command. That's gotta be worth something. Foil. other than that, there's not really a good blue card. I'm not even gonna look what its worth is. I'm gonna give up the value in tickets to take a card for their deck. Forerunners is actually a pretty nice card, especially with Berserker's Onslaught. It looks like the Deathbringer is probably not going to pan out. It's not really a great splashy card either. Ooh, Lightning Berserker. And an Interceptor. I kind of want the Lightning Berserker. It's really good with double strike, and it's more useful in the early game. Like, this seems kind of redundant with all our dragony flyers. Might be we just want to overload more on flyers though and worry about coming up the ground in the early game a bit later. I think I'll go for the Interceptor actually. And hey, look, another summons, which I do not mind taking. I mean, we'll find some 2-drops later on, and like I said before, we have our 3-drops right there. Updraft Elemental, and Kindled Fury, and Evolving Wilds, and some other stuff not in our colors. Kind of have enough 3-drops already that we don't need the Updraft Elemental, but the Kindled Fury is also not that exciting, although it would be our first combat trick. It's possible the Evolving Wilds is right, just to get some fixing. Actually, I think I'll just go for the Evolving Wilds. Get some fixing going. Alright, Contradict, Tail Slash. Contradict would be a nice sideboard card, but I think we need the Tail Slash, even though it's, again, not that exciting. Good with this guy, but not the most efficient removal. Brawler and Lore Master. Lore Master getting back Commune with Lava seems like a big game, but more realistically like a summons. I think the upside on Lore Master is worth it. Okay, and Brawler, I think I'm gonna take the Scribe over you. Just can't resist these blue cards. How am I ever gonna take a red card over a blue looter? Pretty unexciting pack for us. Like, all our guys already fly, so we don't really need the strike. But I think we'll take it since there's not really anything else. I'll just put it in the sideboard for now. Negate. Oh, hey, Lightning Berserker. There's also Deceiver, which is kind of a consideration since we do have a lot of morphs, but yeah, I'll go for the Berserker. Another Negate. Spider Silk Net. We already have all the flyers, so yeah. Oh, hey, look, Kindled Fury as well. Just wheeling everything. This deck's looking pretty good. I wouldn't mind some 2-drops, Jeskai Sages. didn't really get any exploit, but that's not what we're looking to do. We're just casting our flyers and winning the game. Arc Bond. Not really exactly opening the best rares. And Elite Scale Guard for lucky white player. Pretty unexciting pack. There is a 2-drop and another 2-drop, but both are pretty unexciting. The X1s are not great in this format. There's also Whisk Away, which I wouldn't mind having. Actually want it more than Tail Slash, since it's capable of dealing with the big guys. I actually think it's the pick, even though our 2-drop slot is lonely at the moment. Yeah, hey, Misfire Adept is good. Also Cunning Strike, which we might wheel, and Jeskai Sage. I think the Misfire Adept is just too good to pass up, though. We don't need 2-drops. Ooh, Shockmaw Dragon. Also, Bathe in Dragonfire and a Lotus Path to Jin. I think the removal is the pick here, since although Shockmaw is better than these guys in a lot of situations, just by being a 4/4 and its effect is kind of relevant, we desperately need some good removal, and Bathe in Fire, Dragonfire is good removal. Frostwalker, Lotus Path to Jin, another Whiskaway, and Mardu Scout. I think the pick might just be Frostwalker here. Being able to smash in for 4 or block big guys potentially. Like the Lotus Path and the Whiskaway are good, but we really need a 2-drop, and double red. It's going to be hard to swing, so yeah, I'm actually happy with the Frostwalker here, I think. I mean, obviously, there's blowout situations, but wow. 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 I mean, Mob Rule I wouldn't mind having in this deck, but Pyrotechnics, wow. Pyrotechnics is just great, and really only got better since in Dragons there's a lot of tiny guys that get blown out by it. So yeah, Pyrotechnics it is. Okay, there's Vault Breaker and Cunning Strike. Vault Breaker's nice and all, and we do have a lot of 5-drops. I think the pick's probably Vault Breaker. We might be getting another Cunning Strike probably as well, so I think that makes Vault Breaker the pick. Just a solid stats, even if we leave it back as a blocker. We'll be able to trade with a good amount of things. There's Battle Rage, but we probably want the Skullkeeper in case we need it. The Battle Rage isn't really going to be doing that much. I suppose it's probably better than this Kindled Fury. How much stuff do we have that can even get it ferocious? Not a whole lot. I think the Skullkeeper is the safer pick, even though it's not exciting. Yeah, Mindscour Dragon. Sure, why not? Big 4/4. And Arc Bond and Mardu Scout. Yeah, I'll go for the 2-drop. I mean, this isn't really what our deck wants to be doing. Like, we don't want to wrath the board. We want to play flyers and then stall until the flyers kill them. Okay. Cunning Strike or Jeskai Rune Mark. I think I want the Cunning Strike. The Rune Mark is fine. How much is there that we're giving flying? Not that much. Just go with the Cunning Strike. Sure. Destroying artifacts with Ogre. Probably the Scout. Can dash. Sure, collateral damage. Another Cunning Strike, which could be great against certain decks, but probably not starting both of them, considering we have Pyrotechnics and infinite 5-drops. Like our late game flyers are just ridiculous. Maybe want to get rid of a Beltool Dragon. I think Mindscour is probably going to be better in this deck, just because it's a little bigger. Although the flexibility and hexproof on Beltool is also rather good. It's possible we don't run any dragons and just go super aggro. I kind of don't mind that. We do only have 12 creatures though, but we do have a lot of playables. I guess these are creatures. Probably cut the Tail Slash. Kindled Fury. Not that exciting. Hard to evaluate since all these dragons could be good in certain situations. Let's just go for that for the versatility, since they can be 3-drops. And Mindscour seems like it's going to be late to the party if we're just killing them with these cards. So yeah, good in the middle game and the late game. I think we have enough removal that we don't need to be playing Tail Slash. And Kindled Fury is not really doing it for me. Could also cut this Cunning Strike. I think it's worth it though. It's just such a powerful card if it is killing a creature. I think that looks good. Yeah. Lore Master, getting back basically anything is great. So yeah, I think that's the way we'll build it. Standard flying beatdown. We'll see you for round 1.